Hey there, welcome to the Not Just Mama podcast, the show where we talk about building businesses, chasing dreams, raising little yous, and keeping it real through all the chaos. We're diving into mindset, motivation, and all things mompreneur life, all while microwaving our coffee for the 20 millionth time. I'm your host, Heather Madsen, a dream-chasing mompreneur who knows exactly what it's like to juggle big ambitions with a million daily tasks. Because let's be honest, we're not just moms. We're wives, we're partners, we're daughters, friends, creators, dreamers, and so much more. And just because we're raising little tiny humans doesn't mean we have to put our dreams on the back burner. We deserve to chase them, build something incredible, and make a difference, all while being amazing moms. So go ahead and nuke that coffee once again and get comfy, because we're diving in. Do you ever sit with yourself at the end of the day and think, this is damn hard? You've done everything. Maybe you've done all the dishes, the laundry, helped the kids with their homework, meals, you ran all the errands, and you did all the bedtime routines, and yet somehow your to-do list grew. And what's left for you? A few minutes to yourself before you pass out, if that? Today, I wanted to talk about something that I think every mother feels at one point or another, and that's just burnout of all the tasks that motherhood entails. I mean, think about it. We are responsible for a lot as mothers. We're the caretakers, both the children and the husband, right? Or the partner. We're the cook. We're the maid, we take care of the dishes, the laundry, and we make sure everything is in order for all and any activities that go on in our lives. And at the end of the day, you are completely exhausted. And I mean, spending days upon days and years upon years doing these things, serving and doing everything for everyone and all, I mean, you're doomed for burnout. I recently saw a post and it was so dang relatable. And it really inspired me to talk about this on the podcast. And I don't know who wrote it, so I don't take credit for anything, but it went something like, how are moms supposed to work a 9-to-5 job, drop the kids off to school at 8 and pick them up by 3, manage all school activities and homework, cook all the meals, keep the house tidy, complete the laundry, taxi drive the kids to all activities, climb the ladder at your job, save sick leave for when the kids are sick, be a part of everyone's lives, like your friends, your parents, your partner, while also taking care of themselves. I mean, doesn't that resonate with you? I felt that so deeply, and it brought me back to why I even created this podcast. I remember that season of feeling completely lost in motherhood, like my identity had evaporated and been replaced with a million responsibilities and expectations. And the scariest part of it all was I didn't even realize how much I missed me until I felt like a shell of who I used to be. I mean, I started a business at the age of 18 in the beauty industry, and I went from that to having children of my own to just completely feeling lost and out of my own body, not knowing what to do or how to prioritize my well-being because caring for others took a lot of my time, effort, and my heart. That there was barely enough you time at the end of the day. And I mean, seriously, after all of that and doing that all day, being all the things, right? We end up falling asleep because we're so damn tired, and we end up doing it all over again the next day. So what's to give? Do we give everyone else our all and put ourselves on the back burner? Well, I say not. A lot of us, when we become mothers, our priorities shift. And what we once used to do, like all the things that we used to love and all that, it just becomes a thing of the past. And I was once reminded by someone with a random post that we're not just moms. We are so much more. And being a mom is important, don't get me wrong. And it is a duty that we must fulfill every day, but we cannot forget ourselves in the process. And a lot of us tend to lose ourselves once we become a mother. I'm really here to remind you that you're not just a mom. You're maybe a wife or a partner. You're a daughter to someone. I know I am. You might be sporty or outdoorsy and love to do all those things that involve that. You name it. Maybe you're an entrepreneur like me. You're a dreamer, okay? And please don't tell me you're not a dreamer. We all have dreams and hopes for our lives, right? To live a life more fulfilled. And tying yourself down to the title of just mom, while being such a beautiful thing, it can also be very draining. We are so many roles and we have so many talents and things that we love. And we deserve to be more than just a mom. We deserve to take care of ourselves as well, doing things that we love, things that fulfill us, things that give us the quality of life that we deserve. And nothing says you can't include your children in all those things, but I'm just saying, give yourself some needed attention as well. I had lost the parts of me that really lit me up, the creative parts, the ambitious parts, the parts that used to be a dream. Maybe you feel that too. Maybe you feel like you're showing up for everyone else and forgetting to show up for you. So today, I want to walk you through 4 powerful reminders and action steps that can help you come back to yourself, to the you that's more than just a mom. So let's start out with the most important thing, you time, okay? We need to carve out some time for you. And I don't mean scrolling through Facebook or Instagram, okay? I mean giving yourself that quality time that fills your cup, time that reminds you of who you are, whether it's once a day, once a week, or once a month. We need to make that time. And if it's painting, journaling, running, taking a bath, reading, or just going for a walk alone, whatever brings you that peace and joy. And the trick to it all, to making that time, is you have to schedule it. Put it in your calendar like it's an appointment, because it kind of is, okay? It's very important. You are the CEO of your life. And if you don't make that time for you, no one else will. And trust me, a 30-minute reset for your soul can change the tone of your entire week. The second thing is to do all the things despite being a parent with young kids, okay? Most often, I feel like people think that because they have young kids means that they can't go out and enjoy activities like they used to. One example that I could give you is that I always thought that just because my kids were young, that it would be too hard to go out and camp and fish like me and my husband used to do. Well, let me tell you, you can. I proved myself wrong. Think of it this way. If you wait till they're old enough, you'll be waiting quite a while. And I mean, that time with your kids goes by fast. But when it comes to doing something that you love, you'll be waiting a while to do the thing. And it's lost time that you can't get back. I mean, obviously, you wouldn't want to take your kids bear hunting or anything like that when they're like a year old, but things that would be doable, such as camping, is definitely possible. And you've got to have that mindset that it's going to be hard either way. So do it anyway. Take your kids camping. You might find that it's easier than you think. If you wait till everything's perfect for you to begin again, you'll be waiting forever. So do it messy, do it tired, but don't stop doing what makes you feel alive just because motherhood is hard. So think of something that you loved to do before that is feeling more restricted since you had kids. And is there a way to actually bring your kids and introduce them to the things that you loved? The third thing I want to bring up is just because you have kids doesn't mean you cannot chase your dreams, okay? And I struggled with this for so long. I thought I wasn't allowed to have the job of my dreams, make the money I wanted, just because I was tied down to the duties of motherhood. And this one really hit home for me. And for a long time, I felt that way. But I call BS on that because moms are allowed to want more. We're allowed to be ambitious. In fact, we should be. And that's exactly why I started building an online business, because I wanted to be present and provide. That's very important to me, okay? I didn't want to just lay it all on my husband. It was very important for me as a person, as a mom, as a member of my family to provide, to contribute. Okay. And I didn't want to trade hours with my kids for dollars anymore. And if you've ever had a dream or an idea that felt like now's not the time, I want you to know that there is no perfect time. It's almost like when people say, oh, it's not time to have kids, right? You're never going to be ready. Let's just be real about that. So start small. Take the first step. Use the 30 minutes during nap time. I don't care, but just start. You're allowed to build something that's beautiful and that's yours. Okay. And the fourth thing that I really want to bring up, and it's one of the most important things, is to make time for your spouse or your partner in crime. Okay. So whether you're married or not, make time for the person you're with. Just because there are kids that enter your relationship doesn't mean that your love has to die, okay? Because the kids honestly probably wouldn't be around if you didn't have your partner, right? So nourish that relationship. Don't let that fire die, okay? Take it from me who's been there and had the heartache of her marriage almost falling apart, okay? And I mean, maybe that's a story for another episode, but don't be afraid to ask for help or a babysitter so that you could have that date night or a night alone. It doesn't matter. Okay. Just make that time. Take advantage of the time you have when the kids go to bed. And it doesn't have to be grand gestures or anything. Sometimes it's just saying sweet somethings to each other in passing or a caressing touch, acknowledging that you see them. Okay. Sometimes it's also just holding hands while watching TV, leaving a note for your spouse or partner, or just flirting in the kitchen. You don't have to go out to have fun with your partner. You can do it right at home. I just want to make that point, though, that it is so easy to go from partners to co-parents to just roommates who barely talk to each other. Don't let the busyness of mom life drown out your partnership. Trust me, if you let your new reality as a mom take over your life, you will forget about the thing that mattered to you before. And again, you're not just a mom, and I cannot love that statement any more than I already do, okay? You're a woman with a purpose, with a voice, and with dreams that matter. You were someone before you even became a mom, and that someone is still there. I mean, she might be buried under snack crumbs and laundry piles, but she's still in there, and she deserves your love too. Motherhood is a huge task in itself, and we don't get paid for it, honestly, right? It's a blessing and it's also super rewarding, but it won't feel that way in burnout. Don't let it get to that point. So make that time to be more than just a mom because you are more than that. So if this episode spoke to you, please do me a favor. Send it to another mom that needs to hear it. And hey, if chasing your dreams kind of looks like starting an online business to you and you're very intrigued, but you don't know where to start, I've got something just for you, okay? So I've got a free guide where I show you how to turn your passions, your expertise, or your experience into an online stream of income, okay? So I will link that in the show notes below, so don't forget to check that out, okay? And thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope this episode reminded you of who you are and who you once were before becoming a mom, because you're not just a mom, okay? So go do something for you this week. And if all else fails, just survive till bedtime, okay? So thank you again, and I'll see you next time on the Not Just Mama podcast.